any object does not change its position, or you can say location, with respect to its surrounding and time, comma, that object will be known as at rest. What will be the example of rest? A car parked at a roadside will not change its separation with respect to a tree, and hence it can be considered at rest. Okay. Now we are going to explain the term motion.
Motion.
What will be its definition? If any object changes its location with respect to time and its surroundings, will be known as in motion. Now, what can be the example of motion? Suppose this is the reference point and the reference point is denoted as O, and with respect to the reference point, the initial separation of a body, say it is S1 at time T1. After a certain time, suppose the separation between the reference point and that body becomes S2 at time T2. Since the separation between the reference point and the body is going to increase with the passage of time, we can say that the body is in motion. So now we are going to talk about different types of motion. First one is translatory motion. Second one is rotatory motion. Third one is vibratory or oscillatory motion. Fourth one is complex motion. Now, what is translatory motion? Translatory motion is also having two parts. One is rectilinear motion, another is curvilinear motion. In rectilinear motion, objects are found in moving along a straight path. Okay? Say car is moving along a straight path. It is an example of rectilinear motion. In curvilinear motion, objects are found to move along a curved path. Suppose motion of a car while taking a sharp turn on a road. Then here objects are found to rotate about an axis, just like rotation of our earth, due to which day and night occurs. Okay? Now vibratory motion or oscillatory motion. In this case, objects are found to retrace its own path repeatedly. Means any back and forth motion or to and fro motion will be known as vibratory motion. If we consider a simple pendulum and if we are going to shift the bob of the simple pendulum from point A to point B and then we release the bob, what will happen? On releasing the bob at point B, it will again come back to its initial position A. This will be known as equilibrium position. Equilibrium position or mean position. Mean position. After coming to this position, the bob will not come to at rest because of the tendency of motion. The bob will go on moving until it reaches the point C. So in this case, the motion performed by the simple pendulum is the case of oscillatory motion. Now complex motion. In some cases, objects are found to perform two or more than two motions. Okay. So in this case, the motion performed by the object will be known as complex motion. So in this case, the ball will perform two kinds of motion. One is rotation about its axis passing through its center, and another is translation in the forward direction. So both translation and rotations are there, and as the motion performed by the rolling ball will be the complex motion. Okay. Now we are going to explain one very important point. Rest and motions are relative terms. This can be explained with the help of an example. We are going to consider a school bus within which two friends are sitting, B and C, and one of their friend is standing outside the bus. At time t1, the bus was here. Now it has shifted to a new position at a later time t2. When A tries to find the separation of friend C, what will be the result? S1. After time t2, what will be the separation between the same two friends A and C? It will be S1 dash. So as time increases from t1 to t2, the separation between A and C increases from S1 to S1 dash. That means friend C is in motion with respect to friend A because friend C is going to change its location with respect to A towards right. So friend A will draw the conclusion that friend C is moving towards right. Friend C is in motion with respect to friend A towards right. Now we think about the separation between friend B and C. At time t1 it was S2, at time t2 it is again S2. Because both are sitting at their own position, so we can draw the conclusion that since C is not going to change its location with respect to B, C is at rest with respect to B. Friend C is at rest with respect to friend B. Now if you look at these two statements, you can draw the conclusion that rest and motion both are relative terms. With respect to A, C is in motion, but with respect to B, C is at rest. That means rest and motion are not absolute, they are relative terms.